So welcome to Resto Designs, guys. You've clicked on the thumbnail so you know what the video is about. It's another how-to video, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to remove and replace and refit the dashboard on your Golf Mark III. Now there is a dashboard here behind me, and this is a 3.5, and we are going to be fitting a dash like this onto a friend's car. He's actually got himself a 3.5 dimple dash, as I call it. So as with anything, you're going to start with this. We're going to open the bonnet and actually remove the battery. So that's the first thing to do. You just remove the earth terminal and the positive. I like to remove both of them. So the next thing we're going to do, as we've got the engine bay open, we're going to take off this rubber. Then we can take off the wipers. And the reason why we're doing that will come apparent later on in the video, because there's actually two screws behind here. So let me get the trim tool and take off the rain tray. So this particular car actually has screws. It hasn't got the original clips, but that's fine. So now we're ready to remove it. So now with the tray removed, I'm going to show you why. So it's because of this. This actually comes through the bulkhead. You've got these two 10mm that hold the dash in. So that's what we're gonna get to. So there's one which is around here near the ECU, right there. I'm not sure if you guys are gonna be able to see it. Hopefully there where my hand is, and the other one is there by the wiper. So these are the two little 10mm that hold it in place. So now we're gonna start off with the interior. First thing to do is move the seats back, make sure it's all clear, and we're gonna attack the steering wheel here. So you've got these two little 5mm Allen keys here to remove the airbag, because you're going to need to remove the steering wheel to get the dash off. So now just remove the airbag. Be careful not to pull the wire. Just unplug it. And that's it, it's unplugged. And now it's a 24mm nut to remove this. Make sure you put the steering wheel in the middle. So what I always do, I put like a little mark as well to make sure the steering wheel goes back the way it should. So there you go. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then literally then just pull it off. There we go. And then be careful, there is another plug right there. I should actually remove that first. The next thing you would do is actually take off the steering cowling, but this one already broken, it's missing. So the next thing we do is going to remove these three screws here to take off the actual stalks, because otherwise you will damage them, and this one's actually got cruise control, which is quite expensive, so we're not going to damage this or take the risk of damaging that. So that's what we're going to do, remove these and unplug them. So there you go, just remove those and unplug them as well. Let's move those out of the way so that there's no danger of damaging anything as well. This has got the MFA, so let's unplug that as well. So now that we've done that, I've got more space to work in. I'm not going to damage or hit anything or break anything. Now we're going to move to the center bit. So we can take the ashtray off, remove these two screws there, and then we've got these two 10mm here. So it's quite easy, you just lift it up and slide it off. Okay, so once you've undone those two 10mm plastic screws, you've got another two. There's one here and one on the other side as well. And then you can see, you just lift it up and then push it back. You might have to do the selector back and actually wiggle it out. It's a bit tight. So it's actually easier if I actually remove the two 13s that hold the handbrake in place. And then you're able to actually slide it up and out quite easily. So next now is going to be the glove box. Make sure the glove box is empty. This is a lower type one. And just unlatch it. And then we've got screws there, there, and a couple up here to remove this bottom tray. If you have the upper glove box, basically you just got like a little plastic tray. It's got the same kind of amount of screws. I think it's 5. So I've removed all the screws. You just lift the bottom and there you go, it comes off quite easily. And that's the passenger side done. And now we're going to do the driver side one. So you've got like this little trim here, looks like it's loose already actually. Literally you can just pull it off carefully. And the reason why it shows you some screws, there's actually one missing there, one there. This side doesn't come off. And then you got to remove the fuse box cover as well. And there's like another screw underneath here and another one here. Okay, so that's the bottom covers off, central console off. Now we're going to attack this central area here. So first things first, ashtrays, the little button here at the bottom, you take that off. Then the OBD2 thing, slide that off as well. This little trim surround, oops, just pops off. And then you've got 6 screws, 1, 2, 3, there's one missing here, 4, one missing there, and one missing there. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has only got 3 actually holding it on. So now with that removed, you should actually have a frame that goes all the way around, but that's actually broken and they break quite easily. Then you're able to unclip all the plugs you might have if you have rear electric windows. And so there we go, all unplugged. Now just tuck them on the inside, because obviously the dashboard's going to go around the other side of it. So now we're going to attack this area here. So to remove this surround, you're going to have to remove these things here to reveal a screw there. This one will remove this little bit. Sometimes you've got ABS sensors or you've got nothing there at all, and just unplug that. And now it's actually easier now to remove, because you can get your fingers around the back of the light switch to actually pull it out. And then you can just unplug that as well. And there you go, there's the other screw. Pull on it. The next is the radio. Luckily this one isn't actually held on. So yeah, it's just a matter of just unplugging it. And now we're going to do the clocks. And you've got, again, 2 screws that hold it into place. Again, one's missing, one's in place. And then you just literally just pull it out one side, it comes out quite easily. And then just unplug it, which is there. And that's it, clock's out. Tuck the wire in. Now this bit's actually quite important here. It's on this little bit along here, you might as well do it now that the clocks are off. There's actually like these little clips, you're not going to be able to see them. They actually hold all the wiring into place. And on this car, I think the dash has been off already, so the wiring actually isn't being held on at all. What's this extra wire? This is the thing I actually dislike over the years. You get extra wires that kind of people wrap around the dash and you can't take it off. But okay, also here, down in there, there's a little bit here as well that holds wiring into place. Yep, so let me just, I'm not sure you guys are able to see it, but yeah, just remove that out of the way. Okay, so now that's basically it for screwdrivers, Phillips screws. Now you get, the next tool you're going to need is going to be an 8mm, and you've got 1, 2, 3 for the airbag, and then there's going to be a whole load that actually hold the dash in place in the locations. But first things first, let's remove this old airbag. So here's those 3 8mm screws, and now we should be able to actually just lift it up from the bottom. And then the reason why we've done that is so that we can get to the plug around the back, which is down in there. So the next thing we're actually going to do is actually remove the speaker covers, because then we can actually, the tweeters, actually then all you have to do is lever those up and actually unplug them. And the other side actually doesn't even have a speaker, but if you've got speakers and they're connected, remove them and so you can unplug them. Okay, so now we're going to do the main bolts, screws that hold the dash in. So you've got one here, there is another one, hopefully you can see it on the center console bit. Underneath there is one, there's 2 there, there's 1 there, there's another one there, and then another one right at the end. So you've got basically 1, 2. All right, so now that's all the screws done, and you should be able to be in this position here where it's actually literally all moving. Now you could do this by yourself, but not to cause any damage, I've got a friend here, the owner of the car, and he's going to help me actually pull this out, and we'll just remove this. So always at this point of proceedings, I like to tidy up the wiring. So I've removed an old alarm that was dormant here, got that out the way. Some of the speaker wires were also a mess. So I'm going to tidy these up. So it just makes one a lot nicer behind here. And it makes it a lot easier when I go to fit the dashboard back in. So let me just quickly tidy this up. With Alex, we're going to get this in the car and then line up these holes, which can be quite a pain. I'll show you where they go actually. Those are the ones that we removed at the beginning of the video. One's there and one is right there. So with a bit of struggle, got the dash in, and I've kind of put all the bolts in place, the nuts on the other side of the bulkhead, I have to push it through. And what I do is I never tighten them up, and I've also put in all the 10 minus the ones for the airbag just into location. Now I'm gonna get my friend Alex, the owner, to actually push the dash up, and so it's up in that up position. I'm gonna then tighten all the bolts into location. So in reality, you could do this by yourself, but with two people, it does make it a lot easier. So dash is all mounted up, and I've actually tightened up the ones that through the bulkhead as well. Now I'm going to quickly just run through the wiring with you guys. So that's for the warning lights, ABS, airbag and stuff. That's the height adjuster for the headlights, the headlight plug. That's for the clocks. That's for the cruise control if you have it. These are for the stalks. I think that's the wipers and stuff. That's for wipers and other bits and pieces. That is for the MFA. This little loom, make sure it doesn't get caught behind here. These are for whatever extras you might have, like rear windows and heated rear screen and cigarette lighter. And then obviously the OBD2 port. The radio ones go up where the radio ones need to go. On that side, there's nothing really apart from the airbag switch, which goes onto there. Now what I'm gonna do is, like I said, you didn't see them, but you've got these little clips here. I'm gonna clip all the wiring into there, so just makes it a lot quieter, so don't forget to do that. These wires here, again, pretty straightforward. It's all on the same kind of loom. You can't get it wrong, really. And this is a complete one. This is how it should look. And we're also actually going to be utilizing all 6 screws. So I refitted the rain tray, so that's all done. I will go inside and you guys can see the finished product, apart from the steering wheel. The actual owner's got another steering wheel to fit. So this is how it looks. Put the ignition on, everything's working fine. It's missing a little blanket here, which is going to source. But yeah, it's all as it should. It's quite straightforward, guys. So yep, this is the end of a how-to video. Please subscribe, ding-a-ling-a-ling, click on that notification bell, and be safe, guys.